Hi Sean, it's Bree with Northland Marketing. As promised, I wanted to go ahead and record this video to go over what I'm seeing in your area and kind of what we can help with and what should really be on your website. So to start, I went ahead and Googled home remodeling Milford, Connecticut. Now, the first thing that shows up here, these are going to be the Google ads, Google pay-per-click ads, and you can see that because it says sponsored results. So these are all Google pay-per-click ads. We can just hide those. I don't really recommend running those. There is a new type of Google ad. It's called a Google local service ad where you pay per lead. Right now it's showing these instead of those. I do recommend the pay per lead ones, and we can talk about that at another time, but I don't really recommend these ones because they're expensive and you're not paying per lead. This is also one where it says sponsored here. Anyway, if we leave those alone and we take a look at the actual real ones here, the first one ranking is EH Home Remodeling, Bernier Building and Remodeling, Connecticut Prestige Home Remodeling, and blah, 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 whatever. Okay, if we take a look at these are Google business profiles. It is a free profile, and this is where you collect reviews. This guy has 28. This guy has 43, this guy has 7. You will notice that the guy that has 43 isn't necessarily in first, even though he has more reviews and better reviews. This is because Google must think that this guy is more relevant. And so it even grabbed a review, definite improvement in our home. We couldn't be more pleased. So maybe the reviews here are a little bit more generic. Maybe people aren't talking about what the work is having done. Maybe they are. Whatever reason, Google likes this one more. With that being said, when you have a Google business profile, there's a lot of things that really matter because Google's looking through all of it when they're deciding who to put here. You want to have name, address, phone number. You want to have as many reviews as possible and as good of a rating as possible. So the goal is going to be to get over 43 and then continuing to go over that. Not overnight, but that's going to be the goal, right? We want to beat him out. You want to have services, the category. We can see this guy has general contractor, this guy has remodeler, this guy has construction company, kind of all over the place. This guy has freaking roofing contractor. So, we would want to figure out what would be the best one for you and what's going to make the most sense and then decide. You want to upload photos. There's really a lot that can be done with these profiles and we can help you with that. But that's just to give you a little bit of insight as to what's going on with the top 3 here. We'll also notice this guy has it set as open for 24 hours. So if it's 6 o'clock on a Friday, if I was like, shoot, I really need to call someone, everyone's closed. Oh, this guy's open. Maybe I'm going to give him a call right now. All right, scrolling down, we have the Google Organic. So these are the actual websites that are showing up on Google. The first one is CT Prestige Home, which is this guy. Okay, so even though he's third up here, he's first down here. They are definitely doing some good marketing to be showing up pretty high on either. And then we have Bernier, who shows up second, and I don't think this guy is showing up. Yeah, I don't see the other guy. Okay. Anyway, let's take a look at the first guy here. So, okay, they got not a lot going on. This photo is pretty blurry. There's not really I guess there's a call to action here, but I wouldn't really consider that a call to action. Okay, their name, about them, here's their services. When you have services listed, you want to have a learn more button, like maybe a sentence or two about it, and then a learn more button, and it will bring you to a page which talks more about that service. So I don't really like this. I think this picture could be better. It's just like a wall and a cabinet. I'm sure they have nicer pictures than this one. It does say they're based in Milford, which is good. And actually, they kind of got a keyword right here. So we'll talk about this in a minute, but home remodeling service based in Milford, Connecticut. That's kind of close to what I just Googled, right? I Googled home remodeling Milford CT. They have almost that right here, which is important. I guess we can talk about it now. So Google wants to see these types of things on your website. It's what's called a keyword. When someone is Googling home remodeling Milford CT, they're looking at all the websites and trying to decide what one's the most relevant. He has almost that exact word right here, and so Google obviously thought, okay, this guy's pretty relevant and put him higher up. So that's definitely something we want to make sure we have on your website as an SEO optimized website is keywords. Okay. And then that's the bottom of their site. So this is not, in my opinion, very professional. They do have nice photos down here, which is great. It looks like it's from social media. But they have no call to action. They have barely anything about them. Their services don't have service page. Like, there's nothing to read more about them. This is far too basic of a site in my opinion, to be a professional site. It kind of looks like a GoDaddy built site, which isn't really that professional. So we could pretty easily do a better job than this here. And the other thing we're going to be looking at is how many words do they have here? They don't have that many words. So we would just want to make sure that we beat out their words. So usually we go somewhere around 1,000 words, and that would be blowing them out of the water with the amount of content. Okay, now let's take a look at the back end of their site and see why they're ranking. This is a paid program we use called Ahrefs to kind of snoop around on websites and see what they're doing. I went ahead and put them in so we can see what you're up against. The first thing we're going to look at is UR and DR ratings. These ratings are really important for where you fall within the Google search results. A UR rating is essentially a trust rating with Google. A DR rating is essentially a power rating with Google. These numbers do go all the way up to 100, but let's pretend they don't because it's very skewed. We'll say they go up to like 50 realistically. These numbers are not super high, which is great. That's a very good sign. It does not, they're not zero, right? He definitely has 4.8, so it's not zero. They are doing some marketing and they have done some marketing, but also they're not super high. This is kind of average. Usually this is a little bit higher, but this is kind of average for what we see, especially in Connecticut. It's not that competitive. Now, one of the ways you raise these numbers is what's called a backlink. Essentially, a backlink is like a brand endorsement coming from another website. So if there was another website and they said, hey everyone, CT Prestige is the best ever, check them out, and they had a clickable link going back to their site, that's what a backlink is. It's kind of like this endorsement of another website. Now, if we were to click on this number, we could see all the websites that they're getting links from, which is great, and we can tell where they're getting their power from, and then go and attain those for your site, which is super important. Usually there are some words that show up here, and I would be able to show you like, hey, there's X amount of people searching for this month and that this month. Right now, it's not showing any. There's obviously words that are showing up, but I just can't show you any because they're too low volume. There's not enough people searching for this to pick it up, which is fine. That's something we would go over in the proposal anyway. So here are the main things that we're looking at. When it comes to the website build, we want to make sure there's enough content on there, enough words. We want to make sure there's keywords in the content. That's going to be very important. And after the website's all said and done, then if we were to do marketing for you and get you ranking on Google, we're going to be working on building your numbers up. Once you have a website, it'll be 0 and 0. We are going to be fighting against time, right? Their website's probably been live for a long time, probably years and years. We can't fake age, but we can slowly work these numbers up to match and then surpass and help you get ranking on Google. As far as the Google business profile, reviews will be really important, and then making sure we get all of the correct services on there and get it set up correctly. I hope that that's helpful, and I look forward to speaking with you further. Thanks so much.